Good morning. Welcome to my channel, Sweet Pea Crafts. If you are a returning viewer, I'm so happy that you're back. And if you're a new viewer, this is my channel where I talk about all my crafting, knitting, crochet, cross stitch, and sometimes sewing. I live in Louisiana with my husband and my two dogs. My name is Christy, and today is Sunday, January 31st. I was meant to film this yesterday and I just didn't get to it. So, and it's also my husband's birthday and he's having to work. So, if he watches this, happy birthday. Let's see, before I get into that, I have had a pretty productive past couple of weeks, and also have picked out a couple of projects I want to start. I've got to finish something. I have a couple of things I want to start, but I'm not going to talk about that today. I do not have any finishes today, unfortunately. So just a lot of works in progress. And the first one, I'm going to start with knitting. The first one I'm going to talk about is Living in This Bag by Wonderfully Made. I'm showing this bag because it's relatively new, and although I do sew a lot of my project bags, this is a little much for me. I love this bag. I love the size of it. It's definitely big enough to fit a sweater, I'm sure, although I've never knit a sweater. But you just roll down the top and click it together, and then you have a handle. And it's very well made. So she's on Etsy. Go check her out if you're interested. It's a really nice bag, and actually I have something else from her to show. I have a little bit of haul in this video, but we'll do that at the end. So this is my Winter Lights shawl by Stephen West. This is the Hybrid Knit Along that he's doing right now. I'm sure that if you're a knitter, you've seen it. Let me move my stitch marker while we're talking. I'm working on section 3, section 4, the honeycomb. And if I can get the stitch marker put in, I'll move it up so next time I'll know where I was. I've done the first, I'm just about halfway through with this section. So this is what we're looking like. I am seriously loving every stitch of this. Like, this is all I want to work on right now. I really enjoyed doing the bubbles. I enjoy all of it. I just started with this last darkest color, and I hope it's not, I hope it's going to look good when the whole thing's done, but I'm going to keep going with it. It's a different tone of pink than the other pinks that are in here. And even this, my first contrasting color, it's hard to tell, but that's a very light pink with some darker pink and brown speckles in it. And this yarn that I'm working on now is more of a raspberry color, but I'm gonna let it go. While I have it up, I have a question for all you experienced knitters. I wove these ends in as I was knitting, but I haven't cut them off yet. I'm thinking I should wait to do that till I'm done and it's blocked. Is that what I need to do? Help. But anyway, that's what I've been working on the most in the last 2 weeks. I'm loving that project so much. I want to knit like so many of his shawls. It's ridiculous. But I think when I do finish that one, I will start the slip extravaganza that I showed you last time I had the colors pulled for. I'm not in a rush to finish this. This is a project for me. I live in Louisiana and it's almost February. It's about to be too hot. I'll probably be sporting that in the air conditioning when I finish it just so I can wear it. But it's about to be too hot to wear it here anyway. So not in a rush for it. I'm just enjoying every stitch. I love it. I love this project. So the next project that I have to show, I don't think I had started it last time, It is a pattern by Knitting Expat, the Cozy Schlanket. And this was my, this is going to be a Christmas gift for next year. So, again, not a project that I have to rush with, but this was a project that I was doing to use up some yarn stash diving with. And the main color that I wanted to use, which is this purple. This is how far I've gotten. Sorry. The main color I wanted to use, which is this purple, is a DK weight yarn. So this will be where the name of this episode comes in, which is Breaking Rules. This pattern calls for worsted weight. And the other two yarns that I'm using are worsted weight, but this is a DK, but it seems to be doing fine. And the size of it, it's going to be big no matter what. It just, using the DK kind of makes these other two yarns pop out a little more. But really, I think it's fine. I'm not super convinced on my color choices, but I don't hate it. I just, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like I said, the purple was the main color that I really wanted to get in there, because the person that this is going to, purple is her favorite color. So I think it's fine. And I've just been it's a quick knit. I could, I'm sure, really get that done. And these are on my Zing, I think these are Zing interchangeables. This is the only interchangeable set that I have, and not a big fan of the cables. They're okay, but I'm not a big fan. I forgot to mention that the Winter Light shawl is on some Chalgoos, and they're not interchangeable. They're just fixed needles. So that's that project, and I really want to get it finished, so I feel like I can cast on something else, because I've already picked out 2 more projects to cast on, and that's not counting the Slipstravaganza. So I can't cast everything. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. Excuse me. All right. So my next knitting project that I have is a sock project. Pardon the picture. This is not a great picture, but these are the Shallow socks, and this is by Crazy Sock Lady. I mentioned in my last episode that I sewed these socks. Here's the first one. I started this sock in August and put it down so I could do some Halloween socks, and just haven't gotten back to it. I did Christmas socks after that, and then I did my snowflake socks. I do like the pattern. I should have chosen a different yarn for this pattern. It works up fine, but it's a little bit tedious. This yarn, number one, it's too busy. You can't really see the pattern. It's just this purl and knit pattern. And this yarn is a single ply. And I love the fabric that it gives, but it's a little hard to make sure that you're not splitting the yarn. So like I said, I should not have picked this pattern for this yarn, but that's okay. The yarn is by a chick that knits, and the colorway is Midsummer Nights. Now this is what I have left. I haven't weighed it yet. I don't know. This is how far I've gotten on the second sock. This pattern has a long repeat. I followed the pattern for this first sock, like I did it exactly as written. But it has a long repeat for the leg, and I normally would stop right about here for my legs. So I need to weigh this yarn and my other sock and see. I may not do the leg quite as long on this one. You'll never see it. It doesn't bother me that much. I'm knitting these on my driftwood Likey, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Needles, 2.25 needle. I cast on 64 stitches. That's generally what I do for my socks. So there's that. I'll definitely finish this in February. I don't know. I doubt that I start my March socks early. I do already have the yarn wound for them. And I think March will probably just be vanilla socks. But I doubt I start those early just because I really want to try to get as much done as I can on that, on my 2 shawls. The dog decided to come visit, so she might jump in my lap. All right, so that's all the knitting that I have to show right now. But I feel like I have a bad habit of not using my time wisely. And then I'm like, oh, I should have sat down and gotten something done on this project instead of, you know, doing whatever. So that's my knitting, and I will show you. I did start the crochet project. Oh, I did forget something. See, I knew I would forget something. I pulled the picture up on my iPad so I could show you because I don't have it printed out of this blanket. I'll show you next time. This is the, pardon my horrible French accent, the Histoire de Naturel crochet along that was, the designer is, look who made this, look what I made. The designer is Look What I Made, and it was together with Shapey's yarn. They offered the yarn packs, and I have my kitty cat with a sweater on, stitch marker in. This is the Conchology colorway, and I showed it to you last time in the mineralogy that I was doing with an acrylic yarn. This yarn for this one, and I wasn't loving the yarn. This is the Shapey's Stone Washed, and there's also some River Washed in this pattern. This yarn is, I don't know what it's made out of. I think it's a blend. I think, oh, here it is. It's cotton acrylic. I'm loving this yarn so much more than I was the other yarn, although I will finish that other blanket. I don't know if it'll get done this year. And I really like this colorway. These aren't all the colors yet, just what I've used so far. This is not a colorway that I would normally pick. Blue is my favorite color. I would normally choose something that's more cool tone. But I don't know. I'm loving this right now. And I really want to work on it some more. This is about halfway done with part 1. There are 6 parts and then the border. I'd hoped that I would have the full, all of part 1 done to show you, but I don't. It's a little slower going with that. I don't know. If you crochet, you know that sometimes crochet patterns are a little, they're harder to, I won't say harder to read than knitting, but there's more to them. We have a visitor. Gus came to visit. You can't stay. Let's see. So that's all the crochet I have right now. And probably now that I've finally learned to knit, I'll probably try to work through some of these crochet blanket packs that I have. It's, I may have a blanket addiction. I might have a blanket addiction. All right. I wasn't sure if I was going to do all of this today or put some of this in a separate video, but I'll go ahead and finish it. So I thought that I would get out some cross stitch to do. And this is what I'm working on. This is Blackbird Designs, their garden series, and this is number 2. I've already done number 1. I'll show it to you in just a minute. I did pull it out. This is what I've gotten done so far. Not a whole lot. They're small, though. This was just, I think I might have worked on this for 2 days for maybe an hour or so each day. Cross stitching is a lot slower. I am not using all of the called for colors. This uses over dyed colors, and I had some of them, but I didn't have all of them, so I'm just, I'm just picking something out of my stash that's a close color and putting that in there. And that's just no rush on that project. I really need to have a go through of all my cross stitch patterns. I have way more than one person could ever do in a lifetime, and I'm thinking about selling some of them. Oh, wait, Gemma, you can come up here in just a minute. But before I completely finish talking about cross stitch, I thought I would show you a couple of things, because I really want to finish one of these. Let me put a piece of paper behind this. This is the first pattern in the garden series from Blackbird Designs. I did this maybe year before last. I'm not really sure. I usually try to put the date on them when I finish, but for whatever reason I didn't do it on this one. And these are just pieces of fabric from my stash. This is a linen. It's probably a 32 count or a 36. I'm not sure. So I just thought I'd show that. I would really love to get this framed. I'll frame it myself. If it's not, I don't have anything to go behind it that's big enough. If it's not too big, I can frame it myself. I just need to get a frame for this. This was in the pile with that project I just showed, so I thought I'd show it. I'm sure I've showed it on here before, but I pulled it out so I could be looking for a frame. I believe this was Little House Needleworker, Little House Designs. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is their needleworker pattern, and I want to get it framed and hang it in here in my craft room, and completely forgot that I had stitched that. That's terrible. When I pulled out my the bag that the other pattern was in, I found a few things. I found this. Here, I'll go ahead and show it. Make sure I get it. Which I didn't. I had intended. This is stitched over one. It's little. It's only about 2 inches. I wanted to finish that for an ornament this past Christmas. Forgot I had it. Didn't finish it. And the other thing that I'm going to finish into a pillow, which if I get my sewing machine out, I will have this done before I record again, is this is Plum Street Samplers, and she has a whole load of patterns with little weenie dogs on them, and this one is Spring Rolls. And again, I finished that a couple of years ago, and I've made, the only other one that I've actually made is Winterland or something. Anyway, it's in my living room right now, and it's sewn in a pillow, and I want to get this done since we're about to head into spring, and I'll swap them out. So I should have that completely finished next time I record. And so that's all the cross stitch that I have right now. It's not, I used to be solely cross stitcher. I read books and I cross stitched. I read a lot. And now I listen to audiobooks and do all the things. So, all right, I have a little bit of sash to show. I was kind of bad. I ordered a few things. The bag that I have, that I showed, that my Winter Light shawl is in, made by Wonderfully Made. I bought another bag from her. I love these bags. I know I just went on about it before. It's the same kind of bag. It's just different pattern fabric. It has a ring in here to hold stitch markers and stuff, and a pocket. Can't see what I'm doing. And a pocket, and it's really nice and big. So I got another bag from her, and I got a few yarns. I have been trying to get yarn from this lady for a while. Pumpkins and wool. These are a couple of her sock kits. This one is Paris. It's really pale pink. I'm not sure if you can tell, and a dark gray. And then it's got some gray speckles. And I don't think actually that I'm gonna make socks out of these. I want to do some color work, and I'm thinking about making some arm warmers, some fingerless gloves. I don't know. And this is the, which one is this? Grape Vineyard sock set. That's pretty true to color. Purple with green contrast for the heels and toes and cuff, if that's what you want to do. So I was super excited to get those. Like I said, I've been trying to get those for a while. I have one more to show really quickly. I'm trying to keep this under 30 minutes. I apologize for the crinkling. It was in the bottom of the basket. I forgot about it. This is from Teeny Button Studio. And I think she's in Louisiana. Anyway, this is the colorway. Oh, this was the Great British Bake Off January Club. Simply Scrummy. So I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I love it. I love it. Those will be the cutest socks. So I ordered that. I think her sign-ups, you have to re-sign up every month if you want to get it. I don't know if I'll do it for February, just because I'm trying to be good about using the stash that I have and not buying a lot unless I need something for a specific project. And but when I was on there and I got that one, she had some sale yarn, and it was like mystery sale, and I couldn't have gotten a better color. This color is called Pontchartrain. She is from Louisiana. I thought she was. And it's a really dark teal. So I will be saving this for something special. That color's right up my alleyway. Unfortunately, we don't have any local, sorry, I just shook the table. We don't have any local yarn stores except big box stores like Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So I try to support small business as much as I can. And I was pleased to see that she is from, look, it says it right on the front, New Orleans. If I would just look and quit getting ahead of myself, I wouldn't have that problem. But that's it. That's all I have to show today. I'm glad that you came by. Please like and subscribe if you're not already. It just helps to get the videos more views and get a lot more people interested. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.